Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Side Hustler to Millionaire Challenge. I am so excited for today's video because I want to use this video to help you get started on your side hustle, figure out how to fit it into your day and do it alongside your 9-to-5 job, as well as find what your side hustle idea is. And then if you wait till the end of the video, I do have 3 side hustle ideas that anyone can leverage. So let's dive right in. So first off, you want to start a side hustle, right? How do you get started? How do you even find the time in your day-to-day to fit this in? I know a lot of you, like myself, are working 9 to 5 and just even thinking about trying to add more things like after dinner or before going to bed or kind of around the TV hangout time after work is really daunting. And in the beginning, when I wanted to start my side hustle, I really had no idea where I was going to find this extra time. I really felt like I was already on this hamster wheel of doing so many things for my job throughout the day and doing so many emails and meetings that my brain was just completely fried by the end of the day. So how is it possible to even find time for your side hustle? Well, I tell you what, when there's a will, there's a way. And I also found that I was wasting so much time that I didn't even know about, that I was really unconscious of, that I had just fallen into the habit of doing. When I really took a look at my screen time, so if you have a Apple phone, you can actually see how much screen time you have. And I think that if you have Android, you can see it as well. But even if you don't have a phone that will tell you this, be really cognizant for a week of how much time you spent on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even browsing LinkedIn, how much wasted time you had, as well as how much time you spent watching Netflix or binging on Hulu shows. I know that when I looked at my phone, it actually told me I was spending about 2 hours a day on Facebook and Instagram, and another hour and a half on YouTube, and another half hour on LinkedIn. And that's not even counting all the time that I was spending watching TV after finishing work while eating dinner. So I probably had about 4 to 5 hours of not wasted time, but just 4 to 5 hours of time that I could really carve aside for something else that I consciously wanted to do versus just unconsciously letting it kind of pass me by. So I was really blown away when I really looked at my screen time. So take a look through your phone. Let me know whether you track it on your phone or if you track it manually, how much time that you didn't know you were wasting on frivolous things like watching TikTok videos or just getting stuck in the Instagram forever scroll, right? Let me know. I'm really curious what other people had because I was blown away. I thought I was maybe doing 1 or 2 hours, but not 5. That just blew my mind. So once you do that, I think you can really prove to yourself that there's more time in your day than you think, and that you actually have a lot of time that you can set aside to really pursue your passion and help you get out of that feeling of being forever in the hamster wheel where you just wake up, eat breakfast, get into, nowadays, you might be working at home remote, but you just hop on your computer and you're on the screen. And then afterwards you finish, you eat dinner, and then you're back on screens, browsing mindlessly through your phone or watching TV. And then you go to bed, and it's this cycle of rinse and repeat. And it's really scary how much time that I didn't realize that I was wasting. I think the way to fix this is to really be aware of how much time you actually are spending doing mindless things that you didn't even mean to do. I don't think there's anything wrong with browsing Facebook or Instagram. I love doing it. It's a great way to keep up with my friends and see what's going on with the news and just, see new things that are happening. But I want to do that consciously. So I don't know if you've seen The Social Dilemma, but they actually say you should really focus on choosing that, opting out of notifications, not having your phone be the first thing you hop on when you get up in the morning, and making it a really conscious choice. And I think actually to get started on your side hustle, this is step number 1, because you really need to find time that you never knew existed. So the good thing is that if you were wasting time that you never knew about, that time can now be leveraged for what you really want to do in pursuing your passions and starting your side hustle and joining me on the Side Hustler to Millionaire Challenge. So caveat that I wanted to share is before starting your side hustle, make sure that you check your employee agreement just to make sure that there's nothing in there that would prohibit you from doing something on the side. So make sure you check and just make sure that you know that it's absolutely okay for you to spend your own time on weekends and evenings doing what you want to work on, and it won't impede your job in any way. So let me know in the comments below if you find additional time again, I'm really curious what other people have versus what I found, which was 5 hours, which was just absolutely mind-boggling. So once you have that time, and even if it's not a lot, like even if you weren't wasting as much time as I was, even if it was 1 hour, that's really additional time that you can leverage to do your own things. So once you have that, plan it out, and then make it dedicated time so that you basically have an appointment with yourself. Make your appointment with yourself more important than meetings, or just as important as meetings that you do during the day. Whatever you do, don't make yourself less important or not as important or not more important than doing things for other people. Definitely prioritize your side hustle and what you want to do. You need to stay accountable to this meeting with yourself and looking at this time as like, this is your hustle time, right? Like, this is for you. And if you don't make this time, then you're never going to be able to get your hustle started and really do something that you want to do for you. So I do have some videos about procrastination or how to get motivated to work on your passion. So check those out if you need some additional advice or tips on how to get focused on starting your side hustle. So once you find that time, then pick up some routines to get you really refreshed and in the right mind frame to work on your side hustle. For me, I realized that after work, even though I wasn't commuting anywhere or going outside or anything like that, after work, it just felt like with the stress and just how much talking and everything, I actually just felt like I really needed to take a shower and get refreshed and almost like restart the day. So what I would do is I would eat dinner, do a workout, and I think that really helped me get into the mindset, because if I had just gone straight from doing my work and then having dinner and then just vegging out on the couch, then I really wasn't feeling that refreshment and feeling like I could get back on track. So I think that makes a huge difference, is getting yourself in the right mind frame and also setting up a space and time for yourself so that you're always like, I'm in my side hustle mentality now and I am going to go tackle it and do what I want. So not only are you looking for time, but you also want to tap into energy that you didn't know you had before. And so the best way that it worked for me was really fitting in that workout, taking a shower, getting refreshed. Maybe you can take a walk or take the dogs on a walk if you have dogs, or maybe you can just do something where you're not on the screen. Maybe you can take some time to do a meditation or do some yoga, and that will really reset your mind and reset your body to take on your side hustle and really focus on what you want to do. And start off slow. If in the beginning it takes you, 30 minutes or something like that to really get in the zone, then just spend another 30 minutes working on your plans and not really burning yourself right from the get-go. I think for me, that really helped, like just building that habit little by little. Like in the beginning, I was just spending, an hour or two, instead of browsing YouTube for fun, I was browsing YouTube to really learn about what people are doing for YouTube, how to make videos, how to write scripts, how to start a side hustle myself. And that really helped, kind of easing into it. And now I'm actually spending a lot more time, like hours, to actually do a lot more research, work on a lot more, and like actually make videos like this one. So next, I want to talk about how do you actually come up with your idea for your side hustle. So my first tip on this would be to definitely just focus on one thing. And I actually need to follow this tip myself, but really focus on one thing to get started first. And the way that you come up with this one idea is by looking at your set of skills, or even looking at what your 9-to-5 job is and figuring out what you're really good at with that. So for me, I know, a ton about digital marketing. I've worked across the board, but my favorite thing to work on is really Facebook, both from an organic side as well as a paid side, running ads as well as setting up a page. So I really thought that I can just focus on this and come up with an offering to local business owners to really get them an online presence. That's really in demand right now with the pandemic, especially for restaurants. I'll really be able to focus on this idea and leverage the skills that I have to use this as my side hustle. So think about, what do you do in your day-to-day? Are you a writer? Are you a project manager? Are you an event planner? Are you an artist? Like, these are all things that you can use for your side hustle, whether you start teaching art or teaching music, or whether whether you are a freelance writer or whether you offer to do event planning or things like that, you can definitely leverage the skills that you use for work for your side hustle, or just something that you're really passionate about, or like a secret hobby that you have. Anything that you know that you're great at, that you have a lot of expertise in, is something that you can definitely share and make a side hustle out of. Another great way to come up with your side hustle idea is actually to interview your friends and family and ask them what they think you're, particularly good at. So I think, it was staring me in the face that I clearly can use my digital marketing skills to do a side hustle, but in my head I thought like I had to do something different, or that I had to learn a new skill from scratch. And someone close to me was like, why don't you just leverage your digital marketing skills, Lena, and outsource them and freelance and do things for local businesses? And I was like, that is just genius, but also was so obvious. So there might be something like that just glaring at you in the face, but you don't see it, that someone else in your circle will, whether it's your friend or your family member. I'm sure you have something that you're really particularly good at that stands out to them, and really interviewing them will help you find that idea and maybe even get you some clients right off the bat. Maybe you have friends who say that you're great at organizing and they need your help organizing their house. So there's just so many ways that you can offer value to the world in a side hustle that you might not even know about. So definitely go out and interview those in your circle, and let me know in the comments if you found a side hustle idea that you didn't even think of that someone else thought of for you, because that would be really awesome to hear that somebody else found their side hustle the same way that I found mine. And then last but not least, here are my top 3 side hustle ideas that I found that I think that anybody can do from scratch. Some of them do take a little bit of training and learning and research, so I'm actually going to document all of those on this channel. So hit the subscribe button so that you're notified, and make sure you hit the bell as well so that you're notified of any of my upcoming videos, because I'm going to focus on tutorials around these 3 side hustle ideas so that you can also leverage them as well. So my first idea is, of course, social media marketing and doing that for local businesses. So I'm going to document my journey. I'm going to share how to do Facebook ads as well as how to set up a Facebook page. So definitely hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get all my videos on that. And then I'm also going to look into print on demand, so Teespring. So that's something that I feel like anyone can really do. If you have a computer, you can leverage Canva to make t-shirt designs and come up with ideas, and I definitely want to feature that on this channel as well. So the third and final side hustle idea that I believe anyone can do is actually make a course or ebook. So one of the things that I just talked about previously was asking about your friends and family to tell you what you're particularly good at. And you are special, and you are you. You are the only person who is uniquely you, and you also are particularly good at certain things. So put those together and you can come up with a very great course or ebook that's really focused around something that you have a lot of knowledge about, that you can also put your own personality and spin on it, and that will attract other people. So this is something that I will be featuring as well on my channel. Once you have finished creating it, it can just live in perpetuity, and you can drive traffic to it and get continuous downloads throughout the days and weeks and years without having to do anything else. So I mentioned before that I'm going to come up with an ebook or a course about drawing or teaching business Chinese. So stay tuned for that, and I will also have tutorials on how you can easily work on writing an ebook or getting a course based off of what you're really good at, and then making that into your side hustle. So more to come, and thanks so much for watching. Hi, it's Lena here. Thank you so much for visiting my channel and checking out my content. If you enjoyed today's video, please comment below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you're updated every time that I upload a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and hope you have a great day. Keep on thriving.